Yeah, early in the morning I get up with the sun. Alright, so we're going to continue on these little topics. Alright, so on this sheet of paper here, I have some stuff written down. Because I was doing some comparison, as I always do. Now, this side is the Blofeld, and this side is the Roland Integra. Now, everybody's aware that the Blofeld can be a rompler, basically playing back sample ROMs, wave files. That's basically what a Roland Integra is, okay? It's a rompler. It comes with a whole bunch of shit packed into it, and expansion packs and Yata Mashata that you can drag drop into it, virtual expansion packs. Alright, so inside the Roland Integra, you have a PCM expansion. Well, PCM is pulse code modulation. You know what I'm saying? And it's a digitally represented sampled analog signal. That's what that means. And use like the Nyquist method and all this. About to go look it up on Wikipedia, man, or whatever book that you have to get this information from. All right, so they have that. All right, and PCM can be used for wave files and sound, and it's also sound fonts and stuff. It's like typical in digital audio to use PCM, pulse code modulation. Excuse me. All right. Now they have the supernatural engine and the supernatural synth and the supernatural engine. Like they have like I have it over here on screen. Like the supernatural acoustic guitar, brass sound effects. So that's like airplanes and whatever, what have you. Then the session. So we're talking like pluck string instruments. Then there's woodwinds, ethnic, platinum tracks, and world collection. All right, now that's pulse code modulation, and when you look at pulse code modulation, you're looking at sound waves that are being manipulated to give you a representation of an acoustic instrument or whatever, what have you. You know what I'm saying? So you can identify the sound. So when you think about that type of action on the Integra, then you guys start thinking about stuff on the Blofeld. Well, if you've seen it, I just clearly showed you the PCM thing. Now you've seen triangle waves, multiple triangle waves, right? All right. Well, what happens on the Blofeld? You use multiple types of waves to represent whatever the fuck that you're trying to do, right? That would be pulse code modulation in a sense, because what is the Blofeld's digital? These are digitally generated sound waves to represent what? Something analog. All right, then you can just drag and drop a bunch of stuff in there. Now what? Okay, now what are the similarities? Well, first off, you can drag and drop stuff in, and now look. All right, tines, classic EPs. That is a direct connection. That's how I look at it, because the tine technology is based on electric pianos, so that would be a direct expansion. Like that's what I'm doing. I'm comparing the Blofeld to that in a sense. Okay, so supernatural synth and acoustic instrumentation, you would probably want to use acoustic metamaterials, resonators, unipolar and or bipolar, because we know that's physical modeling stuff, and that will make things sound supernatural. As you hear when you put a resonator on a noise piano, it gets a lot more robust and stuff. All right, and then like synth sounds, like grain, that's synthetic sound, particles and all that crazy stuff, hyper oscillator, but then all the like the different little engines that have been developed for the Blofeld, you know what I'm saying, are so much more flexible than I would want to say the Integra. Like, yeah, you have all this selection there, and I'm not hating, you know what I'm saying, but you can't take, like on a Blofeld, you could take a tine and you could turn it into a whole different instrument, or you could take a hyper oscillator and actually turn that into like an orchestral, something heavy, beefy, like multitude of detuned but in tune harmonic, like type of big fat string shit. You know what I mean? Acoustic metamaterials are like 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional objects, which are on the website. You can go check it out. I have multitudes of images for it and the stuff, and you can just go check it out. The box art and blah blah blah, whatever, the virtual box art, whatever. Just go check it out. It's all on www.tradercrows.com. You know the website. I don't need to repeat myself. All right, so like That's what I'm saying. So the Blofeld, what I'm saying is the Blofeld is the most flexible box. It can play back samples and it does PCM. Plus, you can play portraits. You can't play portraits on any other synthesizer. Tell me any other synthesizer you're gonna play like portraits on. I mean, other than Serum. But I'm just saying, like, you take the portraits that is a mathematical representation of the sound wave, and then you make even more crazier sound as opposed to stacking 4 fucking triangle waves and trying to manipulate all that and doing FM and RM and all that blah blah blah. I think using a portrait as opposed to a regular standard sound wave is way more interesting. Let's get started. Alright, so I have something from the Materials engine inside of here, but you can consider it still a metamaterial piece. It is a diamond diffuser. I shall show you the picture of what it looks like. Let me try to zoom in. Probably can't. The new camera still can't get closer. As you see, it is a 4-dimensional shape. You probably can't see with that much great detail. I wish that you could. Fortunately, you can't. Maybe you can. Get a little bit closer. It is a 4-dimensional object. I'm pretty sure that you see that it's kind of transparent and that there is something within itself that is within itself. So let's jump back over here to the box. I'm not going to do any more talking. I did enough for the opening. Sorry. I'm just trying to put you guys into perspective, looking at things maybe from my view and your own as well. So without further ado, from the Materials engine, but this would be still an acoustic metamaterial item. It can be ran in phase. Alright, so now diamond diffuser. Here's what it sounds like. Now I know you're like, okay, boring. Sounds kind of squarish. Or triangle-ish, if you will. Well, pulse width is at 0. How you phase it? Inversion. I showed you, if you rewind the tape, there's an up and a down. You see the red and then there's the blue at the bottom. That's how you phase it. If you want to stay in the blue, you keep oscillator 2 at 127. You'll be in the blue diamond or hex. It almost looks like a hex. It's like weird. It's like a hexagon. It is. I don't know what the hell I'm thinking. I'm gonna change it. All right. So but it's really not a hexagon. It's because it's 4-dimensional. It's overlapping itself. It's really triangle. That's why I can't explain it to you guys. Look, listen. Now the sound's different. That's because it's being phased. Alright. As being out of phase. So what you do, FM source for oscillator 1. Very, very beefy. Now that's what the actual thing sounds like. So let's turn that off. Now we talked about running stuff through stuff. Well, you kill the volume to a diamond diffuser because that's what you have to do. You take the you take the cutoff or the filter down to 59. And you turn the resonance up to 113. I'm still muted up. Take the bandpass bullshit, you turn it on to 12. Bandpass 12, right? Now we gotta obviously generate the sine wave from the filter. So envelope 3, mod amount plus 63. FM source for filter 1 would definitely be envelope 3. Set it to off. Go to envelope 3. Shut the decay and sustain down. I'm gonna end this tape very quickly because I talk too much and I need to do more playing. But I need to do explaining and all that together. So I'm sorry. Now we have the sine wave. It's extremely beefy. It's like too loud. Alright. Now you go to drive curve, oscillator 1 mod, run through it. But since there's another one, you obviously kill the volume of that. Try to do a trick. See that analog tone, tonic you get? out that metamaterial, that material. Wait till I put materials on there and you see the petrified gargoyles and all that other crazy shit in the singing hotels and shit. You wait till you see that. You gonna be like, whoa, this dude is gone. He is really gone. You really gonna think I'm on drugs, but you really gonna get slapped. I'm saying that to my trolls. I know my subscribers like, whoa, petrified gargoyles and imps and shit. Oh, I can't wait to see it. Yeah, man. Now, what you do, you take that LFO. All right. Put her on that syrup. All right. Now, let's see what happens. Oh, but we didn't set the LFO to 01 FM. Filter and two of these diamond diffusers, and you're sending something through it via oscillator 1 modulation, which would be like kind of filter FM-ish, because as you see, filter FM for filter 1's taken up by the envelope 3 because we need that for the impulse, right? But let's say we turn that all off though. All right, now let's just play this thing back through the filter. Alright, now let's turn FM back on as oscillator 1. Very beautiful, very full. See what I mean? Alright, I'll catch you on a flip. I'll be right back.